Oh my God, when were we supposed to add the butter? Okay, welcome to Break an Egg. This is my friend Allison. Allison, what do you do at Food52?
I'm the test kitchen director here at Food52.
You do everything in here.
A little bit, yeah.
You run a tight ship.
Yes. Yeah. Do
Yes.
You made me sound so like strict.
No, you're firm but fair.
Yes.
Yes. So today we're gonna make some muffins. We're gonna make Nicole Rucker's berry and bran muffins, which I've made one time before.
Yes.
And
they were delicious.
Delicious.
Yes.
Nicole Rucker has a really excellent book called Dappled that celebrates delicious produce, mostly fruit in all of its forms. She's lucky enough to live on the West Coast, so she gets like all the good produce. And this was something I felt like we could do on the East Coast. Yeah, we can handle a berry.
In fact, we might even do it better. Yeah.
Some say. And I feel like Bran gets a kind of like health food like tilt to it, but these are definitely sweet and definitely like enjoyable. So the first piece, which I think is part of what makes like the texture of this really good, is that you soak some dates. 15. Can you count 15 for me, please, in there? They're pitted. Pits are out. So you soak some dates in some boiling water, let them get soft, mash them up. This water was just boiling. I may have there's basically enough in there to...
So how long do they soak until they get soft enough?
I think it's about 10 minutes is what she calls for. We'll do it by feel. We'll trust our bodies. Yeah, set it aside. I think a little plastic wrap or like a lid or a plate on top.
Yes, a universal Heston pot lid.
It's universal, so here we go.
No single-use plastic.
No, not today. Not for the eco. We're gonna sift some dry stuff. Are you a sifter in your real life?
I was gonna ask you. Maybe I bend the rules a little bit. But if I were making these for my family or whatever, maybe,
I don't sift.
They're gonna love me anyhow, no matter how my muffins
They're not
turn
gonna
out.
be like the crumb on this, Mom.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they are because they're your kids. I don't personally feel that passionate about sifting. I guess I feel passionate about not sifting. But Nicole is a very smart and very good baker.
I would say
and I'm going to listen to her.
It does make a difference, and it makes things better.
Okay, fine.
But if you don't sift, I don't think it's the end of the world.
You don't go to jail.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So we did the 15 dates.
We did the 15 dates.
I see you have 1 stick of butter melting.
I sure do.
Ahead of the game. Boiling water. 1 cup.
Of whole wheat flour. Okay. I know that this may sound contradictory, but like I actually really like to weigh, but I don't like to sift. So
Yeah,
I know that doesn't make any sense.
Totally. I would say weighing is almost easier because you do everything in a single container.
So I think to make this make sense, even though we're gonna go like bowl to a bowl, we'll just weigh everything in here and then sift it into there. 2 smart ladies figuring it out. Making
together.
some muffins. Okay, we've got whole wheat flour.
So 120 grams whole wheat flour. You're skirting it. Okay. Now onto the AP.
Okay.
94
Do you
grams.
want to see? Okay.
All-purpose flour.
I'll do that for you. Oh, when it gets close, it really, the tension goes. Oh God. Whew.
Okay.
94 grams. Baking soda.
2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons. A 1.
2. 1 teaspoon baking powder.
Okay. Are you having a good time? All right.
1 teaspoon ground cinnamon.
Okay. All right.
2 teaspoons kosher salt.
Yeah, that's why this is delicious. Salt is very important
in
your sweets. In your sweet baked goods, don't be afraid of salt.
All right, so I think that's it for dry. We're sifting.
Okay. All right, you have been really helpful, but now I need you to
actually do something.
Actually, I mean, your reading proficiency has been very helpful. The cinnamon smells very good. Delightful. You could definitely switch up the spices if you were, I mean, maybe a nutmeg head.
I'm kind of a cardamom head.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big one in the test kitchen. Everyone in here is work those lats. This is what our dry stuff was in, and the next step is to put whisk all the wet.
Yes.
Would you be opposed if I just did it in this bowl?
No, I love
I just feel like So it's an egg plus an egg yolk.
Yes.
Crack your eggs on the surface so you don't get a bunch of sharp shells inside your egg. And then we're gonna separate this one.
This is one my 10-year-old still hasn't
figured out.
No, she just
smashes it.
Yeah. Add the brown sugar, 133 grams. I like to mark these because sometimes I lose track.
You lose your track. Yeah, and that's what's good about a printout and not bringing your nice cookbook to work, because otherwise...
I'm very analog that way. I'm all printouts.
Okay.
Okay, brown sugar,
133.
Yep.
This is definitely light brown sugar and not dark brown sugar, but I feel confident that the switcheroo will still make a delicious muffin.
Absolutely.
133 on the kisser. I get better at this as I go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just had to warm up a little.
Yeah. Okay, we got maple.
Maple syrup, 118 milliliters, a quarter cup.
Quarter cup. I'm going to do 4 tablespoons.
Which is a quarter cup.
Which is a quarter cup. If you didn't know.
It's the equivalent of a quarter cup.
Yeah. 1.
Check mark that.
2. 3. 4. What I really want to do, it's giving me a little bit of agita, is that like these egg yolks are not, I want them to do a little mix.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to whisk, you caught me. Whisk vigorously until the mixture is pale and well aerated. So I'm going to pause you here.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to be using the dates in this next step.
Okay, so we've got to
return.
Yeah, I do. And my whisk here was what I was thinking we would mash with.
Water's still pretty hot. Once I put my fingers in it. What do you? There's some that are a little tougher than others.
Okay.
I think we can
make it work.
Use elbow grease.
Yeah.
You're gonna mash them in there?
Yeah, I think so.
I had a job.
You're hired. Oh, vanilla.
What consistency?
I would say the last time I made this, I mean, she's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but
it smells like molasses.
Yeah, that's about the texture I had when I made them.
Okay.
All right, I'll add the yogurt to this mixture now. Oh no! Are you okay? Oh no!
This is like. Yeah, it looks fine. This is good. Oh, I say you say it's good.
Yeah, I say that's
it's good. Okay.
Yeah. Does that smell okay to you?
Yeah.
Okay. We're all going down together. It's not good. 450 grams. Keep it coming. 470. Okay. Whoops. Good God.
I call it there.
We need to incorporate el datos.
The dates.
Very delightfully mashed dates. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really don't want to come off that spoon.
All right, so coming up next, we're going to stir in the wheat bran. 2 cups, 116 grams of wheat bran. On one of my many health kicks, I think that was like a breakfast for me. It was yogurt.
Sounds good.
And then I realized I really didn't enjoy it at all.
You're like, oh, I hate this, so never mind.
Yeah.
I used to eat a Bran muffin every day when I was going to school from Veselka, which is like this diner that I grew up around the corner from. And they have this Bran muffin that, in my mind, I was being very healthful and mindful, but we all just need to realize that a muffin is a muffin. It's a piece of cake for breakfast, and that's fine.
It's like a handheld cake.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's just, you don't get to like, or maybe you do, treat yourself, pat on the back, but
don't feel too virtuous about it, though.
I guess not. Yeah. And I realize, all right, 116, 2 cups.
Yes, please.
Coming right up. Something that I really like about when I tried this muffin was that like it is branny, but it is kind of light still. And I do think that this step of soaking the bran, perfect. This step of soaking the bran really helps with that, because it's probably when you're having it on your yogurt and you're like feeling really virtuous. It's just, you know, the texture is dry. It looks like wood chip shavings, but the end result... It does
look like sawdust.
Yeah, exactly. But the end result is delicious. So this is going to sit for a min, right?
Yep. You're going to 5 minutes. When do the blueberries go in?
I think at the end.
I'm really wanting to put the blueberries in.
Well...
Remember when I tried to get you frozen blueberries instead of fresh blueberries?
Yeah.
And you kind of pitched a fit about it?
Yeah, I was a real
like,
cranky bee.
Yeah.
Blueberry. B is for blueberry.
What if you had to use frozen blueberries? What would happen?
Nothing really bad would happen, but they do add a little bit more moisture, so you should probably thaw them before you add them to your muffin. Maybe you would like, you know, put them on a little paper towel to blot. It might also just color your muffin a little bit darker.
Yeah, if you don't mind like a blueberry muffin.
Yeah, my food stylist antenna went up and I was like, no, that's going to make my muffin blue. Or even gray. Sometimes they're gray. Yeah. Like the frozen Maine blueberries that are very small and delicious.
And so nutritious.
And very good for you.
Yeah.
Those will often like kind of cast a gray tint to things. Also, I think you could use another berry, like raspberry. Would be cute. We can line our muffin pan while we wait for that bran to hydrate or reconstitute. That's the word of the day. And we can also talk about whether or not you like to toss your blueberries with flour before you put them in things.
I think it does help. It helps suspend them in the batter, I feel. Do you have to use a paper liner with these?
No, you definitely don't. There's an instruction where you could just grease your muffin tins. I didn't want to get to the end of our video and be like trying to pry one out with a
That'd be
offset.
Kind of embarrassing for you.
Yeah, that would be really have.
You can always blame me though.
I have a plan for these, which is taking them home later, and they'll travel better with the liner on them. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's hydrated. Look at it.
I mean, it looks a little different. Yeah. Not gonna win your beauty contest, but she looks hydrated.
Because we haven't added the blueberries yet.
Okay. Wet to the flour and fold till no lumps of flour remain. I don't know the science between dry to the wet or wet to the dry.
I always have to think about this, like what's gonna be the least lumpy.
Add the wet into the flour and fold till no remain. You know what? Also, we used Greek yogurt and not plain yogurt, so that is a little thicker.
Stiffer, yeah.
It's a little stiffer.
Okay. Do I get to add the blueberries now?
You
got to fold gently.
Fold
gently.
Currently folding.
Yeah.
Folding gently. I do like to stop folding when there's still a little bit of flour, and then add the blueberries because then you're gonna stir more.
You're already gonna be stirring them anyhow.
And I don't want to go too crazy.
Anna, it's so smart.
This is what I personally would call like time to add the fruit. Like it's a little bit
dusty.
Dusty. When your batter is dusty,
I actually like that.
Add the fruit.
Folding gently.
That's beautiful. Oh my God, when were we supposed to add the butter? Drat! Allison!
I can't chat and bake. Oh no.
Oh,
but where was the butter? I can't even find it. Oops.
For the folks at home, the butter goes in, add the melted butter and yogurt and dates. So when you add the melted butter and yogurt and dates, that's when you add this melted butter. Not now, like I'm doing.
But hopefully, when it's all baked off, you're gonna see that you can make little whoopsies like this, and it's still salvageable.
Two ladies having a great time making muffins.
We're not even drinking.
I know, I'm stone sober.
What's my excuse?
Yeah. Do you want a scoop?
No.
No? I know. Okay, cool. I'll scoop. When I made this the other time too, it does call that it like fits 12 standard muffin size muffin tins. I made like 2 trays the last time. So I think that this is maybe the standard is a bigger size.
But my confidence is shot and I should not be trusted, so I'm going to let you scoop.
You're leaving?
Yes, I'll just be here. So one level scoop.
Oh, I don't know. Ew. That looks kind of big. Let's go 1 scoop now. Okay, what fresh hell is this now?
It emphasizes do not level or flatten, so we're not going to do that.
I wouldn't dream of it.
And then I'm going to get the turbinado sugar before we forget.
And then, seriously. Ooh, I can see these little like pieces of date and stuff.
I see that too, yeah.
Excited to eat these. These are gonna bake at a pretty high temperature. It's like 400, I think is what she calls for.
Yeah, you bake them for 10 minutes at 400, rotate the pan, 180 degrees, and reduce the temperature to 375.
Okay, here's a fun fact, which is...
What? You didn't do that.
I didn't do that last time.
I can see you like skipping that step.
I just was on, you know.
You mean you didn't rotate it, or you didn't turn the temperature down?
I rotated. I always rotate.
Okay.
But I didn't turn the oven down.
Really?
I certainly did not.
Why? You just forgot? Or?
I didn't read that part of the
Or you intentionally read that and you're like, psst, I'm not gonna
I don't think I even read it. I think I read... bake them. And I said,
like, got
okay.
Roger
and then
that.
I moved on with my life.
Yeah.
I mean, they were so good that I thought to do them again.
Yeah.
You could start sugaring on the top if you wanted, but
yeah.
move slowly, because I'm moving slowly. I don't want you to get...
do like that.
Do you want to switch sides? Would that be better for your left hand?
No.
Is this a good side?
I'm good.
In this moment, slow down. I'm not done yet. What if I did like a whack on the surface just to make sure all the... I'm not going to level the top. That's just to make sure this kind of like thick batter is in the bottom.
It is.
Oh, my knees. Ooh, she's quite hot. Bring that down a little bit.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, we rotated.
Yes.
We rotated.
Like good little girls.
Like
yes.
good little girls. Adjusted the heat. They baked for another, I'd say 20 minutes, 15 minutes. They look beautiful.
Gorgeous.
They're golden brown delicious. The tough part is we have to wait 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
For them to cool.
Yeah.
And then we can...
distract yourself, do some dishes, and then come back to it.
All right, so 5 minutes have passed.
We're back.
We're back. Which one of these do you want to have?
I think this one.
That one is a good. I'm greedy.
I think you should have first choice.
That big one.
You get the big one because you're eating for two. And I'm gonna have this one.
Look how gorgeous that is! Like all the blueberry around the side, all that sugar on top. I feel like if I was home alone, I would just like peel enough to get my teeth in and take a bite.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be a little bit more dainty.
I'm gonna use this as a plate.
Okay. Oh, right. There's a lot of bloobs in there. And date.
Let's see how the butter did. Can you tell?
Nope.
No.
This is delicious.
But it did not suffer.
I would definitely make it again.
Yeah.
And I would remember to put the butter in at the right time.
But if you...
when I made it the third time.
If you forget, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. They're very like... Don't you feel like they're kind of like caramely in this way? Is that a reach? Is that a stretch for a Bran muffin?
It also goes back to, because when I was mashing the dates and I was like, oh, it smells like molasses.
I think using a good date too helps, like a medjool or something else that you can get your hands on. Something that's like fresher.
Yeah, and I love the crispy top.
Brown sugar probably helps with the caramelization.
This might make me a morning person.
This is not going to make me a morning person. I'm still going to be late to everything, but I'm going to have a really good muffin. One thing I was thinking also is that I feel like you could make this batter the night before. My hunch is that it has enough leavening in it that it wouldn't suffer too badly, and then that bran would get like even more well absorbed. And then you could just be plopping these in muffin tins.
I can do that.
That I can do. Yeah. And let's be clear, it doesn't taste like a health food store muffin.
It's not punitive. It's it's enjoyable.
It's delicious. Thank you for watching Break an Egg. Hit like, subscribe, smash the bell.
All of the things.
Smash it. Go ahead. Make the muffin.
Yeah.